It's against the law to obstruct an investigation of Congress. There will be repercussions to your refusal to testify today.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
How about that, Dr. Fauci? Remember 5-6 years ago when we, the handful of us fucking common sense smart people, told all you fuckers that this is bullshit, this guy is trouble, this guy is poison, and look at him pleading the fifth because he knows he's covered in shit. And here we are, all you folks, gotta take the juice. Dr. Fauci said so. I trust him. That fucking creepy little lawn gnome.
Could not agree more with Scott Lebedo right there. And you could catch his full speech about that on his Instagram or his Facebook. And at the very beginning, you saw the statement by Senator Rand Paul. There will be consequences for Anthony Fauci pleading the fifth. You're watching the MC Too Tall Show. I'm your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host. It is never gross. MC Too Tall. Anthony Fauci pleads the fifth. As everybody knows, he was given this blanket retroactive pardon by Joe Biden. Supposedly. Could have been the auto pen that did it. Hence why his portrait is an auto pen in the White House. Well, good on Trump for doing his usual Trump trolley thing that he does. But getting back to this, Anthony Fauci was given a pardon, but that pardon does not cover what he does from January 20th, 2025 on, which means that if he's holding contempt of court and he's pleading the fifth for things that he can't be incriminated for, he is then incriminating himself. He has to admit to things he's guilty of that he can't be punished for, or face jail time. Yes, jail time for covering up for things that he would not have gone to jail for had he admitted to. So there are consequences in the near future, definite consequences in the near future for Anthony Fauci. And Rand Paul stated that in the hearing. And so we're looking at some justice finally being served to Anthony Fauci in the near future for his crimes against humanity. Not to mention how guilty he is of signing off on medieval-style torture on innocent beagle puppies, supposedly in the name of science. So, I wasn't really going to cover this, but it's too big not to cover. And here we are. We're dunking on Anthony Fauci. Bean Shooter Fauci. That's the name we in Brooklyn have for people who tell these exuberant lies. And boy, oh boy, did Fauci lie. The social distancing was a lie. The masking was a lie. The safety and effectiveness of the vaccines was a lie. The origins of coronavirus was a lie. Coronavirus escaped from a lab in Wuhan, China. And there was some fear that Chinese foreign exchange students would get beat up by ignorant people if that leaked out. But the alternative was to have everybody believe that Chinese people ate bats and spread the disease like that. So, ignorant people would have beaten up Chinese people anyway if they believed that that was the case. And it's just common sense. Chinese people were not in danger for being blamed for spreading the coronavirus. The Chinese government, yeah. Sneaky, evil Chinese scientists, yeah. But not regular Chinese people coming into the country as foreign exchange students. Smart people know the blame does not rest on some kid coming in from China to study in a U.S. university. So, people don't want to give their fellow Americans any credit for not being that ignorant. A lot of the liberal supporters are ignorant. Not necessarily evil. Some could be evil, but not necessarily so. But they do share ignorance. A lot of them are very ignorant, and some do resort to violence, triggered off that ignorance. And the liberal press knows that, so they like drumming things into people. They claim that this naturally caused disease was spreading, and the Republicans did nothing about it. But meanwhile, when you look at Republican-run states, the cases were very low. South Dakota, Florida, Georgia, Texas, states like that, the cases were very low compared to New York, California, and Minnesota, and those kind of states. But you still have ignorant liberals that'll try to put the blame on Donald Trump. The only thing Donald Trump is to blame for is trusting Anthony Fauci, which is the same blame that could be placed in the lap of the late, great Ronald Reagan for also trusting Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci was involved with AIDS research way back in the 80s when the AIDS epidemic was a big thing. And so, folks, here we are again, having to revisit the horrors of the mismanagement of the coronavirus based on advice given by one bean shooter by the name of Anthony Fauci. And I am so glad that someone is calling him out on it. Big time kudos to Senator Paul for that. Let's hopefully see some tangible results. Jail, jail, jail. He ought to be in jail. Anthony Fauci ought to be in jail. And let's hope that happens. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. Tell all your friends about me. Stay strong. Keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, MC Too Tall.